It is Monday, 12th day of May 2025. Welcome to the Lord Aboga TV newspaper review. Straight away we go onto the Standard, whereby the main headline reads, RSF's tragic mission. Why a Kenyan pilot? And you can remember President William Samoei Ruto's close ties with RSF leader. It is believed this plane had carried weapons to supply unto the RSF militia. Unfortunately, the Sudan forces had a wind about it that this plane was going to distribute firearms unto the RSF militants. Immediately when the plane was taking off, it was bombed by Sudan legal and legitimate forces. Now here is the big question. A Kenyan being a pilot, United Arab Emirates militants, the thing that Rigathi Gachagua was telling us, gold comes into Kenya, gold is taken to the United Arab Emirates, money comes back into Kenya, money is taken back to Sudan. Simple. Why a Kenyan pilot? It now brings a direct question on how President William Samoei Ruto is involved in the Sudan wrangles, because he has broadly shown us that he is in support of RSF, and RSF is a militia-led team to destabilize peace in Sudan. Now see, a Kenyan died in the process. How did this Kenyan pilot get his way with United Arab Emirates forces into Sudan? That is the big question. It clearly shows us how President William Samoei Ruto, in one way or another, involved in the Sudan war. Rigathi Gachagua told us that President William Samoei Ruto is facilitating war in Sudan for him to get the gold money.
For the deaths occurring in Sudan, the real commander of RSF is not Hemeti, it's William Ruto, because for a movement to succeed, it needs money. The money from gold is being cleaned through Kenya to buy arms, to go and kill women and children. And
Lisemwalo lipo na kama halipo laja. These are just but some of the signs showing that indeed Kenya is involved in funding RSF to destabilize peace in the Sudan. That is a fact. It is just but a basic fact. Ukifuatilia into details, you'll get who contracted this pilot to take arms in Sudan. You'll just wonder for yourself. This is what Standard writes. Kenyan pilot was killed in an attack by Sudanese army at an airstrip controlled by rebel Rapid Support Forces in northern Sudan. The pilot was reportedly on a covert mission supplying personnel and military hardware to RSF. A revelation that risks tarnishing Kenya's image for a nation celebrated for its role in mediation, regional conflicts, and often dubbed an island of peace. The operation, linked to senior government officials, amount to an embarrassing own goal in a volatile conflict. The pilot who was killed in these circumstances called George Nyamodi. Quite unfortunate state that the Kenyan government can involve itself in such a risky affair to risk lives of Kenyans for just selfish interests to the president. That is so unfortunate. Now, I always keep on telling people, lisemwalo lipo, na kama halipo laja. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua told us about this. And you know, Rigathi Gachagua is an alligator. He was a close friend to Crocodile William Samoei Ruto. They were living in the same waters. Now the alligator came out of the waters and told us that Crocodile William Ruto is sick. Why not believe the alligator? Because they were closely living together in the same house, in the same waters. That is so unfortunate. And it is the unfortunate part of it is that President William Samoei Ruto is directly meddling into the affairs of Sudan. Unfortunate state of affairs. I think that is what we have unto by the Standard. Straight away moving onto the Daily Nation, whereby the main headline reads, Ruto stumbles from one crisis to another. These crises that President William Samoei Ruto is stumbling upon, if you directly check through them, they are self-inflicted scandals. The Nation writes, President Ruto has weathered several storms since assuming power in 2022, but after navigating one crisis, another crops up, testing even more the foundation of his administration. Just to go through about the crisis that President William Samoei Ruto's led administration has gone to. Number one was the budget showdown and opposition to new taxes. You remember the 2024 Resist Finance Bill calls. It was a serious crisis that made President William Samoei Ruto-led administration to function in the 2024-2025 financial year without a budget. Another scandal was the uproar of IEBC nominees. Now, you remember just the other week, President William Samoei Ruto appointed 6 commissioners into the IEBC commission. There is uproar in the manner in which President William Samoei Ruto selected his close allies onto the electoral body. Number 3, there was a row with governors on county cash. The county governments have been complaining again and again that President William Samoei Ruto-led Kenya Kwanza administration has not been issuing devolved funds on time, and leave alone the time, they have not been issuing the agreed upon amount that is supposed to go onto the counties. Another scandal was a two-faced Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga, in one hand, is operating under the broad-based administration. In the other hand, Raila Amolo Odinga is operating as opposition leader. He has been indirectly and directly, in some instances, fighting the William Samoei Ruto-led administration, despite the fact that they are in a broad-based government arrangement. Number 5, there is a growing opposition to broad-based government. Broad-based government has been opposed on different instances. And remember, broad-based government has been seriously opposed by those people deep and holding top leadership positions in the ODM-led political party. These are, for instance, the Secretary General of ODM has been opposing the broad-based government in broad daylight. That shows you that a two-faced Raila Amolo Odinga dealing with President William Samoei Ruto. Number 6, there was a scandal on battling Kenyatta. You can remember sometimes in 2023, the Kenya Kwanza-led administration sent goons to invade onto the farm of former President Uhuru Kenyatta, which President Uhuru Kenyatta by that time was being accused as the one who is funding the Gen Z protests. Number 7 is Gachagua fueling Mount Kenya rebellion. At first, President William Samoei Ruto thought that impeaching former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua will bring peace unto his government. Little did he know, impeaching Rigathi Gachagua brought about resistance unto the Kenya Kwanza-led administration, especially from the Mount Kenya region. Number 8 of President William Samoei Ruto crisis is the string losses in court. It has believed that President William Samoei Ruto has been doing many executive declarations against the law, leading unto the courts dismissing his executive orders and terming them unconstitutional. Coming to number 9, there is public disquiet over performance by CSS. These CSS that we see today, they are just stamping They are doing nothing at all. Most of them, they are too incompetent to hold the positions that they hold today. They're just busy running up and down in political rallies, but they are doing nothing to the people of Kenya. Another crisis that faced President William Samoei Ruto is unfulfilled promises to hustlers. President William Samoei Ruto used to tell us, tutoke hapa bottom, tukuje up. Tutoke bottom, tukuje up. But these people that President William Samoei Ruto was telling to come from bottom to up, they are the ones that have been faced with serious economic crisis that President William Samoei Ruto promised to solve when he was campaigning for presidency. For instance, President William Samoei Ruto promised the basic Kenyans that he is going to relieve them from punitive taxes. But instead, when he took on power, President William Samoei Ruto again imposed taxes on these bottom cadre people that he had promised unto his campaigns that he is going to relieve them punitive taxes. Number 11 on President William Samoei Ruto crisis is fallout over MP Were's murder and Gen Z killings. ODM chair lady sometimes back said that it is the broad-based government that killed slain MP for Kasipul Ongondo Were. So unfortunate. If a member of parliament can be shot in public just like that, it means that we are having a serious crisis onto the security sector in the country. And that is so unfortunate. And you can remember last year's Gen Z killings, Gen Z's abductions are some of the crises that faced President William Samoei Ruto. Now I think it is high time President William Samoei Ruto brings his house in order, because it is looking as if that this government has made his life so difficult. And it is unfortunate that the people of Kenya believed in him and he is not performing unto what he promised. For this and many more news, subscribe unto our YouTube channel at Lord Aboga TV. Remember to press the notification bell so that when we come up with this interesting political and governance content, YouTube will automatically notify you. Till next time, goodbye.